Christmas dinner for one, and it's gonna be delicious on this snowy and sowy day. Hi, you. Well, I looked out, the snow all blew away from the bridge, and there's nothing on that one, but I see some big drifts. Walk out and see if I can get at my skidoo out here. Look at the drift here. Almost up the height of the cross space. Well, that's close on 4 foot. Drift out here. Aha, perfect. So I'll be able to drive my skidoo right out of that. So I don't have to shovel anything here. It drifted away from that door too, so I don't have to shovel that one. I don't do no more shoveling than I absolutely got to. You know, if I don't need to access it, I'm not shoveling it. We're supposed to get another storm come in tonight, and this is Friday. It's supposed to last till Sunday, Sunday morning, I think, and is upwards anywhere between 20 and 60 more centimeters. So I wanted to come out and double check everything, make sure that there's, you know, the decks are clear, because you don't know how the wind, sometimes this one gets buried in snow depending which way the wind is. So we were lucky this time. Hey, pup. She drifted pretty high on this side. Again, this storm. We got snow like this a little while ago, and then we got melt and it almost all went again. And now we're right back up to this height again. Hey, buddy. Hey, is you gonna calm down? You silly. I know. Oh, that's a pretty deep one. Oh. Yes, I know. You can see where the brook runs out here in the pond. This little area here, it do freeze. It's never deep here, of course, but it don't freeze like other areas of the pond where the brook is running out there. It always stays open in here somewhere. I wish you guys could see the sparkle in the snow. Nothing like getting a good snow bath. Go on in home, Mom's coming. He's a nice bit faster getting through this snow than what I am. Come on! Come to Mom! Come see! Oh, what a good boy! Good boy, he's so fast! Well, he had a good run. I've surveyed the area. There's no trees down or anything. No snow that I gotta worry about. So we'll go in now and see if it's time to finish off the slush we're making. So if anybody's wondering how to get snow off your doodle's paws and legs, a kitchen whisk works wonders. I don't mind going up and down on the front parts of his legs, but back here where his dew claw is, I just go downward. I don't go up. And then this whisk I have has this little hanger in the end, and I find that really good for just picking the snowballs out between his toes. Good boy, Mom. Get your treat now in a second. Oh, I don't know if you can see right now or not, but we got some of our new merch on starcreations.ca. I'll put the link there. So we got some new toque ideas with some embroidery on them, and there's going to be new stuff coming out soon. Put the link in the description or up in the video. So if you want any of our merch, you can go in there and have a look. She has some great stuff. I know some lovely friends we call family got some in Alberta this Christmas, so we thank you guys for supporting, and glad you guys enjoy the channel as well. So thanks for that, guys. Thanks for supporting us. So have a look. The stuff that's there right now is still really nice stuff. So if you're interested in that, I'll have the link there. My apologies for the technical difficulties. Up to this point, all I have done is boiled the sugar water and waited for it to cool. Alrighty, so I just came in from doing the little bit of snow I had to do. Luckily, it drifted away from most places that I would normally have to shovel. So my sugar water is still not cold, but pouring in the other stuff will cool it off. So I'm going to pour in my strong tea. This was 2 tea bags, of course. I'm just going to mix it all here in the pot. Then I'm going to pour it into my bucket, because if there's too much for my bucket, I'll put it into a small butter tub besides. This back out, and I'm just going to pour these right in there. So a can of frozen citrus 5 Alive. A can of frozen lemonade. And a can of frozen orange juice. I'm using pulp free. And that's it. That's all that goes in there. Is 7 cups of water, 3/4 cups of sugar, 1 can of 5 Alive citrus, or you can use passion, whatever one you want, 1 can of lemonade, and 1 can of orange juice, and a 26er or 750 ml of whatever you choose, vodka, gin, whatever. And that's it. Get all of this stirred around now. And I'm going to pour it in my beef pot. I'm just going to make sure all that gets mixed around real good. And I guess, I mean, I could have let the juices thaw and it would have mixed a lot easier too. That would have been a solution. The only reason why I didn't is because I like to be able to cool down the sugar water more with the frozen juices. To get this flavor without the alcohol is if you combined all your frozen juices and then had crushed ice that you would just pour it over. You would still make that slushy, but you wouldn't have to freeze it then because it would be hard to scoop, right? But if you mix them all together, leave it in your fridge just as a liquid and have ice ready to crush or crushed ice available, then you could just pour it over and mix it in that way. And then the kiddies could have some. Up to you whether you drink alcohol or not. I don't really care. Nothing to me. You do you. I do me. I think I'll just grab a cloth, put it under this bucket. If I do make a state, well, it won't be the end of the world, will it? And the bucket is washed, yes. There we go. Now I'm not going to fill them right full because, you know, as things freeze, it expands. So I just got this probably about an inch below the cover. Just put that on. Now that's going to go in the freezer. And there we go. So the rest just went in there. This one will freeze faster. So I'll get to enjoy that one quicker. There we go. So this is all just going to go in the freezer now. And a little bit later, I'll show you what it's like when I have a drink. Yes, I'm going to have one by myself. It's Christmas. I can do what I like. So can you, in case you didn't know. Ranger and I are dressed up now, or Ranger's not dressed up, I am, just to take you guys out and show you how much snow we got to this point. It is absolutely crazy. My nephew was just here on his skidoo, so he's breaking trail, and it is crazy. You can't see the height of the drifts, but it is nuts. Just wanted to take you, come out, let Ranger have a little run outside and show you how much snow is actually out here. Look at this. In front. Look at Ranger trying to get through it. This is crazy. It's hard for you guys to see how much there actually is. Well, you can sort of see there where Ranger stood up, so it's well over Ranger's back. This is back here where my skidoo is, and it's halfway up the side-by-side shelter, as you can see. All of the bottom of the house is now covered. I'm trying to take some pictures as I'm doing this too. The skidoo is still able to get out. Just whether or not I'm going to be able to get her up over this drift. This is nuts. Yes, I know, my puppy. Just look at all the snow, buddy. Come on, Mom's coming. It's still coming down, but not as heavy as it was earlier. It's supposed to stay snowing till tomorrow morning, so we shall see. Well, I'm level with the wire. I gotta put some more orange ribbon on that. This is the most snow I've seen in a very long time, and look at that drift out there. Now my camera is sitting on about 2 feet of snow. I'm hoping it's not going to blow down. Look, I'm not even near it, and it's already up there, and I'm on about 2 feet here. So this snowdrift is crazy. I know I keep saying that word, but it's crazy. Look how he had to go through it. I'm so thankful for him coming up and making a trail. You can see where the snow is pushing the water back from the brook because it's freezing up out there, so it's pushing it back. Whoa, you can see there the brook is starting to overflow already, so we're going to need some cold weather now to freeze everything up good so it don't get too slobby here. Unbelievable. Even Pup having a hard time getting through it on the broken trail. Mom's coming. Hey. Look at the snowballs on you. I told you I'd bring you back once the slush was frozen. So I'm just going to show you it in the little bucket. So it doesn't freeze solid. It just goes slushy. You can put so much in your glass as you want. I usually figure that's about enough. Yeah, you can use sparkling water or whatever you want. Regular ginger ale, 7-Up, you know, any of those type things. You can stir it with a spoon if you want, or just break it up with your straw. And like I said, you can add as much or as little to this as you like. Cheers! Somebody is in the well of snow that's out by the solar panels. This is the only place wasn't no huge amount of snow, and he's having a hard time. Come on, buddy. Come on, Ranger. Good boy. You can do it. Good boy. That's a lot of snow. It's still snowing. Not as much now. And it's only 0 degrees now. It's very wet. But we did get a bit more snow since yesterday. Yesterday I came out and just made a little path up to the tip of the drift, and now today I'm going to try to get her out the whole way. I did that yesterday because the snow was soft, so it's a little bit harder today, so it might be better. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Well, I'm out. So I don't think there's enough space here with this drift for me to be able to get her back in, because there's only maybe 3 feet. So when Gabby gets home, he will shovel that stuff out, and then we'll be able to keep parking them in. But for right now, she's going to stay outside covered in the cover. I'm happy with that. I'm out. Gonna do a couple of rounds around the garden to beat down my path, so when I come back, if I have to go downtown, I'll have my path already done and I won't have to worry about that. You stay there, Mommy. Be right back. Well, my path here in the yard is beat. I know the trail getting to the main trail is already beat, so I'm good that way. But right now, I have to go out and try and clean the filter in my generator. Last night, the generator cut off, and I thought that was very weird, so I'm thinking her air filter is dirty. So I'm going to clean that, because she usually lasts on 1 tank. She'll usually last 2 or 3 evenings, because I only runs it a few hours. But last night she ran a full tank on just 1 evening, about 4 hours. So she's using a lot more fuel to keep going. So I'm thinking her air filter's dirty. I hope that's it. So I'm going to go out now and get at that. That cover comes completely off or not. It must. Oh. How much goes off like this? There's a 4th clip there. That's hard to get off. So he doesn't look that dirty, to be honest. Now, the last time I was in here, I had to change the spark plug. But I don't think that's it, because she fires up good. So I don't think that's the problem. I think she's been flooding. But I'm not a mechanic, you know. So don't come at me if you says, good God, why is she looking at that? She don't know nothing. No, she don't. Now, I should have brought out some paper towel. There is oil in there, but nothing major. I honestly don't think that's the issue. 2 clips on there. I can't get the bottom ones. There we go. That'll work. Okay. So that's not the problem, I don't think. I'm not going to pick with her no more than that. That is part of living in the woods. Sometimes you got to deal with things you don't expect. I checks the basic stuff as much as I can. And other than that, that's all I can do with that. I got to have a generator regardless. Even though I got solar hooked up to 12 batteries. And even though we got the Blue Eddy. The Blue Eddy still needs to be charged. If there's not enough sun, it's got to be charged by a generator here. Because, I mean, we're not on the grid, right? So I have to have a running generator. Even though I might not use it very often, I have to have it. Because if I'm not getting enough solar to charge, then I'm not going to get enough solar to charge the Blue Eddy either. But right now, the Blue Eddy isn't hooked up to the solar. Gilbert is getting around to that. There's just so much to do and so much to change. So this time of year, he's just not able to go out and get it done, right? So right now, the only way to charge the Blue Eddy is to run my generator, which runs the house, plug the Blue Eddy into the house plug-in, the regular plug-in. So I have to have my generator for that. Even if she's using more than she do, she's still running. So I'm still good that way. I only needs to run her enough to charge up the solar and the Blue Eddy, because then I got both of it to run off. So, I mean, I'm only running this every 3 or 4 days anyway. But I still needs to have it running. And I'll just have to accept that she's using a little bit more gas than normal right now and hope there's no other issues. I'm not without power, so, you know, that's a good thing, right? All right, that's all I can do with that. As you can see, it's an absolutely gorgeous day with not hardly a cloud in the sky, but do you see here? The sun just barely tops that hill. So we don't get sun this time of year. This is the end of December. We don't get sun this time of year till on the solar panels till about 10:30 in the morning. By the time the sun comes around here, these trees are hindering somewhat. And then by the time it comes and starts to go down, it goes down over here. So we only get sun on the solar panels from about 10:30 in the morning till about 3 in the afternoon. And as you can see here is a really good time to show you, because you can see that the shadow of the house has just now dropped below the solar panels. So at some points in the morning, the sun will come up over here and it'll strike the panels here. But then as it goes around, the house gives some shadow. So it's not getting full solar there. Now we have 2 this way, 2 on an angle, and 2 on an angle that way. So we are getting some sun the whole time, but it's not on the whole 6 panels. It's summertime, this is perfect because we're getting it all day, so we have an abundance summertime. But it's this time of year that we're finding it a little less, so we may have to get some more panels or adjust these panels somehow. We're not quite sure yet, but They are all 6 getting, even though it mightn't look like it there now, they are all 6 getting solar there now. It's just not direct. We're getting more and more storage with the Blue Eddy and everything, along with what we already have. We're getting there. We're getting more and more all the time, and it's really making a difference to how long I have to run that generator. So I'm heading down the trail. It's the first day that I've been out on the trail since I came up on the 22nd. Gilby went on down himself on the 23rd. Today is the 30th. So I'm going down now, just getting out. Got the skidoo out yesterday, getting everything ready. The trails broke real nice now. So I'm just heading down to do a couple things I have to do down. Then I'm coming back up home again. Hopefully I won't have to go down no more till Gilby gets home again. So after all the snow we had, now I just came up the trail and it is pouring rain, and I mean pouring. Just look at how wet my suit is on the outside. Still dry on the inside, which is a good thing. But yeah, it is absolutely miserably wet right now. So we're gonna unpack the skidoo and get in the house.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed anything about it, please like, hype, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps us grow. Take care. We'll see you next time on Rousals every day, off-grid Newfoundland.